Hello， 大家好，我是马蒂斯思，古典乐不难懂，听我讲就对了。大家可能发现今天的背景稍微有点不一样啊。我不是在我家，我是在巴黎爱乐大厅的休息室，演员的休息室。非常荣幸今天能够邀请到著名的小提琴家、小提琴教育家，也是鼎鼎大名的柏林汉斯埃斯勒音乐学院的教授安婕 Vitas 来到我的频道，跟大家一起聊聊音乐，聊聊小提琴。Hello, Professor Vitas.
Hello.
Such an honor to have you in my channel.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Come. And we have opportunity to talk about music and violin, everything to our Chinese middleman.
Okay, so
and,
welcome.
Yeah. So, considering you teaching and performing at the same time, do you think there is a conflict or some conflicts between these two aspects? On the same time?
If there's a conflict, then only because of time reasons.
Okay.
But actually, if you teach, and I'm very lucky because I really have talented students, then every lesson you give is also a lesson for yourself. Because you have to self-reflect yourself, and if they have ideas, you need to be open for that. You have to discuss it with them, and it's not enough to say, oh, but I think it has to be like that. No, you have to find reasons why you think it's right, or you have to be open for other ideas and
make it acceptable for your students.
Absolutely, and they have to be authentic. It doesn't help if they play like I think they should. They need to find their own language, and they need to find a way to express their inner soul, and I see that as my job to bring that out.
So I think maybe a good teacher is not a boss to tell the students how to do, just maybe to help them to find his own way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, there are rules. Let's call it rules.
Of course.
Stylistic, and also what are you doing with the score and dynamic. All these, let's say, almost, there are some things you have to do, of course.
Like a restaurant, you cannot miss.
But what makes music interesting or lively? This is the own personality of a student, and of course, the job of the teacher is to encourage them to find it and to trust themselves.
Of course. Yes.
And that's why I wouldn't say boss is not a good.
Of course, yeah.
If you are the boss, then you have this. I call it the monkey way of teaching. Yeah? If you play and you will do it exactly like that, why? Thank God I still can play, so I can play my own ideas. So they should play their ideas.
Yes. So I have a question. Maybe the Chinese audience will be very interested in how to become your student. What does it require to study in your class?
That's a good question. I think, of course, you always do mistakes. Yeah, you avoid to take somebody you probably should have taken. If I hear them, so first of all, they have to be intelligent.
Of course.
No, it's true.
You have to be intelligent to everything.
It is, at least they need to have a musical intelligence.
Okay.
And they need to have a soul they want to express. So to be honest, these trained young players who can play everything in a very young age, but I'm not so interested in. If I'm honest. I'm really interested in somebody where he's starting to play or she's starting to play, and I'm listening, because there is a message. There is an inner wish of expressing something very personally, and this is usually what I'm looking for. It doesn't need to be the best player sometimes.
So
what is a best player? What is a good player?
It's very difficult to find a good player.
What is a good player? That's the first. What is the definition of a good player? Is it a good left hand?
You have to, at least.
Is it enough?
Of course not.
Exactly. And for especially if we speak about good players, for me the right arm is exactly as important as the left. You need to have good ears. You need to have good self-reflection. You need to be able to react to your pianist, the orchestra, yeah, you need to be experienced in listening to each other. So, and these are points I'm really looking for.
I think several Chinese students who are very talented.
Yes.
So do you see the difference between the Chinese students and maybe Western students? Is there some difference of the background or something like that?
Yeah. We know how people talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I, in my experience, you can find Chinese or in general Asian students who have a better approach to European music than some European musicians. So it really depends. It depends on and I have also from Korea. I had a few students. They understand so well the language of the German classical music that I sometimes don't know why and where. Yeah, but I think it has something to do how much you interested in all these things and how much you read, how much you hear. So it's really the education in arts. For instance, I had my first Chinese students was Ningfeng. And if we talk about Asian people with approach to European music, I was so amazed how naturally he had that approach and how sensitive he was taking everything. Of course, he spent time in London and in Berlin, but emotionally he was so sensitive that he could make it very naturally. So this is one example of that this. Prejudice, like that, is not true. It's really not true. And he was. I remember his audition, and it was still in the UDK in Berlin.
Oh yeah.
And he played a few notes, and it was clear, just a few notes. Yeah. And it was definitely not Paganini. He was. He can play Paganini also, like a hero. Of course, yes. But it was something. I think it was a Mozart concerto, and it was so lively and so sensitive and. Personally, and the same on the other hand. So you see, there is no
there's no difference.
There's only a difference in the talent of different people.
Yeah, different people. And I've heard that for the first meet you rejected him to be your students, maybe because of your schedule or something like that.
No, it was just I was completely full. My class was more than full, and I thought I can't accept anybody. I can't. And I think I wrote him.
Yeah.
And then he played in the audition, and then I changed my mind. I don't. It's so many years ago, but definitely it was that I decided for myself no more students for now because I don't know how to manage to give them the time they need. And then he played, and then it was clear.